I think it's an appropriate week to bring up the nickname of a section of the house, which was, dubbed Chilltown by Justin before he left. And that was something that came up the first day because it was cold. A section of the house. It was cold. It sounded cool, It sounded like a rap song or something, so it's fun to say. What people forget is that 8 people lived there. It was not a movement. It was not an alliance. It was not a way to vote. And, I definitely have felt like if you utter that phrase or, the banners are coming over now because, people on the outside might have latched onto that or whatever, it doesn't make it anything real. And if there is a faction or a group of people that feel like, they can just strike a blow against that section of the house and they can put up 2 of the people, which, hurts me just because it's 2 people that I've, grown close to or whatever. That's cool, but it's like this is a game with a bunch of individuals, and if I'm on a team or a squad or a side, let me know, and I'll rep that squad. It's fine with me. But as far as I'm concerned, I might vote like someone because I think the same way they do, and that same motherfucker that's talking shit is getting on my nerves just like it's getting on theirs. That has nothing to do with a strategy to get people out of the house, because the people I've wanted to leave the house has been different every week and every 2 days. So as far as that's concerned, I hope that whatever, group or individuals are happy they've broken it up. Justin is long gone. It was, a fun little thing to call a section of the house, and everyone's taking a turn sleeping there, and as far as I'm concerned, that shit is over. So I'm not going to refer to it anymore. If you hear the words come out of my mouth, it's referring to a fun way to call a cold part of the house. That's that.
I agree.
I'd like to say that I had my first really wonderful evening last night, and I don't mean that to sound negative to you guys. I'm glad you guys were having a good date or whatever. I'm just saying that we actually sat down as adults and had fun conversation and had a good meal, and it was lovely fellowship, and I appreciate it. And hopefully it'll happen again.
Well, we had something happen in the house this week that I think we need to address, given the fact that we've actually had a banner on it. America knows, the producers know, but none of us know what actually happened with Hardy's toothbrush. I would like to ask you, Shannon, since you were very honest about the potato chips in autumn, I'd like to ask you to tell us what happened with Hardy's toothbrush.
With the toothbrush. And I bought him a new one.
So I'm the only one that doesn't know?
Well,
Actually, I've never heard a full account myself, and I was going to bring it up, actually.
Yeah,
so if you'd like,
it happened to you. I think it would have been appropriate for you to bring it up.
If you'd like to tell me now, I'd appreciate it.
Well, no, I think
he just beat me to it. That's all.
I think anybody, if I destroy something of Nicole's, or if something happens to a house guest's
nothing was
personal
broken.
property,
Nothing was broken.
I think it affects all of us, really.
It affects all of us?
I don't
think it does. It was between Hardy and I and nobody else in the house.
Well, no, I think that if there's going to be rules set down about destroying other people's properties.
There was rules set down, and that was taken care of, and that's between Hardy and I and nobody else in this house.
Well, actually, I'd like to hear what you have to say about it right now, because I asked you before.
I took care of it.
I bought you a new
that's
not good enough for me. I asked you what happened, and I'd like you to tell me right now what happened, because you avoided it before. I asked you what you were reaching for when you broke it. And you said you were reaching for your iron.
My curling iron and the hairdryer.
Right, your curling iron and your hairdryer, but your hair was up in a bun and it was wet at the time. So I'd still like to hear from your mouth what happened.
Hardy. Just like you voting Will and I is all part of the game, Hardy.
So you're not going to be forthcoming and tell me what happened?
Between you and I.
I'm asking you. Okay. You still haven't offered me an explanation, even when I asked you by myself.
I brought you a new toothbrush. You find it funny for you to snicker and do your little things behind everybody's back. I don't think it's anybody else's business.
What am I snickering about behind anyone's back? I'd like to hear your version of it.
What are you doing?
Let's get it out in the open.
What? I've gotten everything out in the open with every single person in this house that I have a problem with. I had my little spiff with Kent at the table the other night about him being rude to everybody else in the house, being loud and obnoxious when other people are sleeping, slamming doors,
etc.
Let me respond to that. So we took care of that between Kent and I. I've had my problem. If I had anything with Nicole, I took care of that with Nicole. If I had anything with Bunky, I took care of that with Bunky. Krista and Monica, Will and Mike, I've taken care of everything individually, and that's how I take care of stuff. And any problems I have with anybody, I've always been outright and said, hey, this is what's up, and I take care of it.
So you breaking my toothbrush was outright, and you addressed me personally, and you, for some reason, felt it necessary to destroy my personal property?
No, I bought you a new one.
That's not the fucking point. The point is, is you went
Too
like
bad.
a 2-year-old
So
and broke
sad.
my property. For no reason.
I think you commenced with the 4th grade games first, so...
What 4th grade games are you referring to? Please discuss this with me.
We already went through the yellow, the cowardice, putting Will and I up, your whole Chilltown mentality. You got to get 2 people from Chilltown out. But I understand that you're not smart enough to play the game, and that's how you feel how you have to play.
Well, funny enough, the smartest.
I played
if I'm not
the game
smart enough to be in the game,
played it, so.
Why are you sitting where you're sitting, and why am I sitting where I'm sitting?
Luck of the draw.
Really?
I think head of household is luck.
So how is it? How is it? How
I've already
how,
made my peace with everybody in the house.
What was
I
more-
am
I would
leaving.
still like to know whether or not it was intentional. That's all I want to know.
Of course, it was intentional, Ken.
Yeah, are you that stupid?
Obviously.
Obviously.
So was
okay.
you intentionally broke?
So you can't stop,
So
please.
I've got all my votes. I'm leaving on Thursday, and you will be dealt with at a later time.
Are you talking about in the house or outside of the house?
No, I'm not talking about anything. I'm not talking
I want to
about...
hear what you're saying. Are you threatening me
As
outside of
the
the
game-
house? Because if you need to
as the
fucking turn the
game
game on
goes
outside of the house,
on.
trust
No.
me, baby, you have no fucking idea who you're messing with.
Ooh, are you threatening me?
No, I'm just saying, if you want to go
I
that
said
route, we can
you
go that
will be
route.
taken care of after I leave. As far as the game is concerned, inside
No,
the
you
house,
said
Mr.
taken care of
Paranoid.
later. I want to know what
Yeah,
that means.
which means after I'm gone, if people still playing the game in the house.
Oh, that's fine. I can
Okay,
deal with
that's
that.
what I meant.
Okay, now you called me a coward, but I want
Let's
to know.
see. Big, buff, strong, muscle guy taking on the little girl. Woo! The plot thickens. Threatening me. God.
No.
I don't know who I'm dealing with.
You-
Okay,
well, let me ask you a question. How would you? What word would you use to describe going covertly to break someone's property? Would
I
that be
didn't break it.
cowardly?
I never broke it.
What did you do to it then?
I don't know. It just happened the way it happened, and I got you a new toothbrush.
Okay, fair enough. Whatever. Anyway, just keep in mind, guys, that this is a game that we're playing. There's absolutely nothing personal. I just want to ask you
Nothing
something.
personal? What did you say? I voted 2 people from Chilltown because you tried to join the Chilltown Alliance and you got shot down. So what do? You put up 2 people from Chilltown.
I tried to join.
Whatever. It'll all come out.
So wait a second. Apparently, there's not an alliance because he said there's not an alliance. But
Exactly.
I tried.
But you tried to join your so-called alliance when there wasn't an alliance, and whatever.
What did I try to join that you're talking about?
I don't know. It'll be brought to light, just like everything comes out.
Why don't you bring it to light now instead of
Because
speaking
I don't know
in
anything
riddles?
about it. I just, it's all hearsay. Oh, my little thing's up in here.
Anyway, all right. Anyone else have any other? Oh, I wanted to finish saying something. This is a game, okay, that everyone's playing. It's nothing personal. If anyone else in this house would have brought either one of you up for a vote, would you be acting the same way, or is it simply because it's me? You're acting like I'm tearing you 2 away. Like if somebody else has had a household and would have nominated you, or nominated Will, and one of the 2 of you would have left, would it be the same thing?
I don't know. We're not under those circumstances.
Because only one of you is leaving. Like you're very delusional on how your mind works, apparently.
How's that? I know I'm leaving because I've already asked for everybody's vote, just so you wouldn't have the power to choose who leaves.
That's fine.
So I've taken care of that. I'm not delusional about how anything works here. I'm perfectly up to par on what's going on here, and I know. And it's just the way it is.
No, you're characterizing it as something personal, and it's not personal.
That's my opinion. You can take it or leave it.
But for some reason, you feel that if anyone else here would have nominated either one of you, and either one of you would have been voted out, I want to know if you'd act the same way.
I don't know. Those circumstances haven't come up. I don't know.
Okay. Fair enough. Does anyone else have any other interpersonal issues that they'd like to address at this time? Now's the appropriate time to do it.
Ken farts too much in the bedroom, and it stinks.
Well, you're putting yourself in that position to deal with it, so. Thank you for bringing that to light. Anyone else have any other interpersonal issues that they want to discuss before we end the meeting?
Is it okay if I beat the shit out of Bunky later?
That's something that you have to deal with on a private matter.
Okay.
Anyone else have any other issues?
No.
All right, and this meeting is adjourned.